Let's talk some Oregon recruiting, as it was the epicenter, for the weekend at least, of number one players at their position visiting Oregon. We had Chris Henry Jr., the number one wide receiver, and the number one athlete, Brandon Arrington, the number one linebacker, Tyler Atkinson, the number one safety, Blaine Bradford. That's it. I mean, you get it. There was a lot of number ones on campus, and to go with that theme, Oregon already has the number one class in 2026. So, Steve, what's the intel coming out of this weekend in Eugene?
Yeah, unfortunately, Atkinson didn't make it. The flu bug hit in his household, so he'll try and get to Oregon down the road. But from the prospects that did make it, Brandon Arrington, number one athlete in the country, Dan Lanning went and spent some time with him earlier this month. Now he got to spend time in Eugene. A&M was deemed the leader. USC, the big challenger. He said Oregon was his best visit yet, so no question. Oregon made a major statement with him. Blaine Bradford, I talked to him on the phone Saturday night as he was at dinner at Oregon, and he was like, "If you were here with me right now, you'd see why this place is so successful. They have everything in place. They have a great head coach running them, great assistant coaches that could be head coaches anywhere else in the country, great players, great people." Talked about the plan and just how they put people in position to be successful, that they have the facilities and the environment to get the best out of you, and that they're very honest. Look, Blaine Bradford's going to be a tough pull out of Baton Rouge Catholic. LSU's trending on the on-3 RPM. But Oregon, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Alabama, those are four programs that he's certainly spending a lot of time on and considering. I think Oregon's at or near the top of the list for Tommy Tofi, a defensive lineman, an on-300 recruit. Same goes with the number 3 linebacker in the country, Talanoa Illy. He was back on campus. I think it's Oregon setting the pace for coveted offensive lineman Jax Tanner. I think they lead for Jax Tanner. They treated him and his family tremendously well this weekend. Same goes for the number 3 athlete in the 2027 class, Josh, Honor Faalavi Johnson. He visited Oregon, gushed about the experience. So Oregon, they hosted Caden Dixon Wyatt. He's Chris Henry's teammate, a 4-star receiver out of Mater Dei. He had a really good time. We know Oregon's in it for Chris Henry Jr., the number 1 receiver in the country, currently committed to Ohio State. So they didn't have a ton of prospects on campus, but they had some of their favorite prospects on campus. They're doing well with all of them. There might be a dark horse for guys like Bradford, but they gave him a lot to think about. Perhaps they surged to the top for Arrington. That wouldn't surprise me. And then they maintained their lead status with some of those other guys.